everybody, it's Scott with Tango Down Production. Really quick, I'm going to cover a concealed carry firearm that I primarily use. It's a Glock Model 23 40 caliber handgun, and this is what we're looking at right here. It's the olive drab green lower. I got an extended magazine release, extended slide catch, as well as the Trigicon night sight, ghost ring rear sight with matching night sight front sight. I've got the rear plug. I believe it's made by Shear or somebody like that. Not really sure. A friend of mine who's a Glock armor gave it to me to put on my gun. So that assists with magazine feeding as well as keeps junk and dirt and gunk out of the inside of your mag well there. So really quick, one thing, another piece of gear that's on this that I wanted to cover is the drop-in Spring-Co compensator system, which is this little guy right here. The stock Glock spring is actually a spring and guide rod combination system. It doesn't come apart very easily. You can get it apart, but it's very hard. And this is a metal guide rod. It's got a built-in spring system that helps reduce recoil. Now, because that Spring-Co comes with its own spring, one of the problems you're going to have is it's a little stiff. So it takes about 100 to, I would say, 150 rounds to get that spring broke in. Because occasionally during firing, I noticed when I first installed that system, I would get a failure to feed all the way until once I got that spring kind of broke in a little bit, then it worked fine. Pretty sweet setup. So, and a lot of people might think it's a 40 caliber handgun. Why do you need a drop-in compensator system? Well, I don't have very big risk, and a lot of times if you end up having to fire from the stool position, or if you've got to fire from retention where it's down by your waistline and you've got a high guard and you've had to been surprised you got to strike a target that's gotten in close on the inside, you got to fire it really close to your body. The 40 cal does have a little bit of snap to it. My wrists, again, they're not real big, and so when I had a Model 22 years ago, the 40 cal, my wrists would be sore after a day on the range of firing from that position. So I found I put in a compensator system, and that problem was solved. So, but I would highly recommend it. You can get them from Brownells for under $100. It's a great product. In fact, everything you've seen on here, minus the disconnector and the magazine release and slide catch, everything else came from Brownells. So this is the magazine that I primarily use. I've got an extender on the bottom to give me an extra 2 rounds. These are the bullets I use. This is, I believe it's 155 grain Corvon hollow point. These are very fast moving hollow points. If you're not going to use these, I like the HydroShock. My reload magazine is actually a standard Glock Model 22 mag, and as you can see, it fits in there, but it does stick out a little bit. But it fits in just fine, and it releases just fine. But I really prefer to have, if I've got to get into a situation where I've got to fire my weapon, and if it runs dry on my primary mag, and I've got to reload, well, this gives me an extra 15 bullets to take care of business. And like I tell people all the time, if the first magazine doesn't get the job done, this one's to get me the hell out of there. So that's pretty much what I've got here. This weapon system with law enforcement discount ran me about $426 out the door, not counting the upgrades that I've done to it myself. It's a great weapon system. It fits in the hand really well. It's got the knurled finger grooves right there. It's got knurl back here on your hand. A lot of people used to put the Hove slip-on grips on the older model Glocks. Those weren't a bad option, but they've kind of remedied that by adding the knurling feature on the hand on the pistol grip. The weapon disassembles very easily. You just pull the trigger, reach up over the back with your thumb across the back strap, and over the top of the slide you pull it back a little bit, pull down, and it just comes right apart. So very simple basic weapon. And the thing I like about the Glock is, especially when I was on the range and doing a lot of shooting, a lot more than I am now, but this thing does not fail. My Glocks, every one that I've ever owned, does not fail. This is a very simple weapon system, and it works. Bottom line, it's a very good, reliable weapon system. Some people don't like it because of the internal hammer feature, or they don't like the ergonomics of it, or the safety feature, which is located right here on the trigger. And you know, for the average individual keeping a gun in their home, Joe Citizen, I wouldn't recommend a Glock unless you're going to go out and seek extensive training from the holster and things of that nature, and because of the fact that when it's loaded, it's ready to go. There's no safety. Like my Kimber has a thumb safety on the side. This weapon system doesn't have that, so once it's loaded, it's ready to go. But it fits in my hand really well. It's presentable really well. Overall, just a great system. It does have a rail on the front here, which you can attach a tactical light, laser, if you desire. So, but again, this is a great weapon system. I highly recommend them. You can get them for a little over $500 on the civilian market, but it's a great tool. So, but anyway, I just wanted to cover that really quick. Tomorrow I'm hoping to get out on the range and get some range time in, and I'll be putting up hopefully another video tomorrow. But anyway, this is just something to kind of get going. I'm hoping to make another video also covering the concealed carry gear that I use and that I currently promote. So, but anyway, hey, thanks a lot, guys, for listening, and send your friends over to subscribe. Take care, and remember, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.